Welcome to Kung Fu Epic number 2, Instagram. This is my final video for you guys for this martial art thing. Alright, check it out. The one thing that a lot of people don't seem to understand about martial arts is the truth and consequences. Alright, one, no matter how good you are with the weapon is only good as the person who wielded it. It is also only good as the person who teaches you. So the only real weapon that you really need to be good with, your hands, your elbows, your knees, and your feet, and other various parts of your body. Why do I do this? Why am I doing this now? Because it is necessary, just in case the weather changes tonight and I don't get to film. I just wanted to put that out there. That, there are lots of kicks and punches, and all can be effective or ineffective if not used properly or utilized. Earlier today on Kung Fu Epic number 2, I talked about elbows and knees, and I talked about the legitimacy of certain moves that are useful or not useful. So we're going to give you mostly useful stuff and some things that just look cool. Alright? So, for instance, here is the reverse tornado kick that I'm so scared I'm going to pop my hip out of place with, but here we go. Okay? It was a lot better when I was in my 20s. I had better elevation, I could do more. But because of my hip replacement, now I no longer can get that to where it needs to be. So if I can do it from both sides with the hip replacement, just so that you can see it, I'm no longer allowed that. I am no longer allowed to do that. So that was like a one-shot deal, and both sides look like shit. So it is useful, but it's highly unlikely that you will use it. So if you're new here for Kung Fu Epic number 2, my earlier video I posted Brian Genesis and Michael Wharf doing both the tornado kick and the reverse tornado kick. So Michael Wharf is best known for his reverse tornado kick, which is that. Try to stick the landing. Brian Genesis was his front tornado kick. Okay? So, my left tornado kick looks better. So, you have to understand that they are great kicks. Your chance of using them in actual combat is 70-30. 30% did you actually get the chance, 70% did you won't. And the reason I say that is because you don't know who you're fighting until the first punch is thrown. Alright? Now, there's some things about fighting that people just won't explain to you. Alright? Honestly, truly, the guy, this is how a fight works. Hey man, boom! Sneak attack. Most guys sneak you when they don't think that they can beat you. Nobody really squares up these days like talking about it. So, it also depends on your location. If you're up north or down south or here in Virginia, a lot of people are more afraid to take an ass whooping than they are to fight you, so it's more likely someone's going to probably shoot you before they fight you. I don't know how it works out west because I've never been out west. I've been to Florida, never had any problems. I've been to Canada, never had any problems. In my own 2 cities that I travel frequently between is when I've said I've had some problems. I've had more problems in my hometown of Charlottesville than I've ever had in Richmond, and I never really had any problems in Florida because no one really noticed me. But, when you're mixed in your hometown, people notice you because it's your hometown. You're there every day. So I'm going to teach you the value of crescent kicks versus tornado kicks and basics versus fancy. Alright, so you've seen the fancy. Here's your basic. Front kick. Front kick. Now your basic combo. Front kick side. Other side. Boom, boom. Alright, so that was Kung Fu. Now for Taekwondo, boom, rechamber, then side. Okay? It takes a lot of time in that rechambering, especially if this kick doesn't do any damage, which is the whole reason why if you use Kung Fu, boom, it's that one and then reverse. you know. So, boom, that wasn't that kick. This is the kick I meant to do. Boom, boom. All right. Now, 9 times out of 10, if someone's charging you, a basic kick will pretty much hurt them because it's their momentum versus your momentum. You're stable, so you set back, you thrust that bitch forward. Your primary target, sternum or face. Now if you're going to do a side kick for crane, toe, that was a double, I'm sorry. Let's try it again. Toe, yeah. Okay, so that's part of the crane technique, which eventually it would kind of be more like boom, boom, turn. It looks better when somebody else does it. But that's what it's there for. Now, if you miss any of that, you're gonna have a problem. But it's basic, so you have a chance to recover. So when you miss this, you can throw an elbow as a recovery. So you missed elbow, and if they're close enough, instead of an elbow, another kick. In a fight, you have to understand principle versus power versus connection versus direction. So if I'm here and I throw this kick and there's no power, what I needed to do was throw that kick, because that torque and that spin is going to add the power. Downside of that is I can miss. The guy could back up, the guy could leg split and strike, the guy could spin my foot through and strike. There's so many options in a fight that can happen on both sides. So if you're throwing a jab and they're blocking the jab, if they're doing karate, that means they're going to bat it with their left and counter strike with the right. Unless they're southpawed and they're standing in a position where they can bat it with the right and counter with the left. It really depends on who you're fighting. So most southpaw fighters stand like a lot of Wing Chun fighters. Alright? So in Wing Chun, they teach you here, boom. Same thing with Kung Fu, boom. And so low, boom. So that low kick, step and leap, so you can strike them. So, same thing with trapping hands. It all depends on who teaches you what. So if you're going to be southpaw and do Wing Chun, boom, it looks corny because it's probably something that you haven't seen if you're not left-handed. So you want to be able to match it. But for the most part, even left-handed fighters with Wing Chun are taught to fight in a southpaw stance. This is your block or defense or you counter. So if you bat it down and then you strike, or you strike, bat it down and strike, it just depends on who teaches you. Because I'm more like this. If I can bat it and strike that way, then I'm good, because it still gets me to the outside. It also puts me in a position to where I can grab your wrist with this hand and break your elbow and slide down, so I can hit you in the throat or I can hit you in the ribs. So we target, boom or boom. Those would be your primary targets. So it's like, So let's say you get through, I still can get you with a broken elbow and still strike your shit. Now a lot of people don't know that because a lot of people don't understand how body mechanics work. Your body mechanics. This is the way your arm goes. It doesn't go all the way over there. So it doesn't look like this side, So my job is, if this is your arm, it's going to go over here. So this is it. It's going over there. It goes over there. Your arm goes this way. This one does the same. Now, unless you're one of those double jointed people or over rotator people, then you can do that enigmatic shit. But if you're like me, you're a normal person, and your body doesn't work that way, then you have to learn how to adapt. Now, when people put you in certain grapples, you have to learn how to escape certain grapples. So that's also an issue that you have to understand. But I'm going to tell you about certain moves and things and the principle of how they work or how they don't work. Because, if you get in the right grapple and you got somebody in a hole where their arm is bent this way and they're this way, you can just keep pushing their arm into their throat until they stop breathing. Good idea, bad idea. Good concept, bad concept. It can work both ways. It can work for you or against you, because if you kill the person, it definitely worked against you. Your job is not to kill a person, you're not going to war. Your job is to incapacitate them before they incapacitate you. because in all fights it works on the same principle. I'm gonna hit you, you're gonna hit me. One of us is going to fuck to sleep. Right? There is no in between there, except for the battle that's like in between. And most fights, honestly, a street fight generally doesn't last more than 2 to 5 minutes. I mean, if you find somebody as tough as nails, 5 minutes, but no more than 5 minutes, because unless that guy has skills, unless he's fighting professional and he fights in the streets, you're gonna have a little bit of an issue. But if he's just fighting professional, it's a good chance that you probably could win. Don't think because you're fighting an MMA fighter or a UFC fighter that you're just going to automatically get your ass kicked. There's a difference between fighting out here and fighting in there. All right? I've never competed in an MMA match. I had a friend explain to me the rules, and I knew right then and there I wouldn't have a career now. I probably would have lost every fight because I have natural instincts, and natural instincts tend to tell me what to do, and usually it works, which is another part of fighting and adaptation, that you have to follow your instincts more times than you think you should. And I'm going to tell you from the bottom of my heart, you don't have to believe it, but if you become a fighter where it becomes second nature for you to do what I do, boom, boom, when that becomes second nature, your body's going to do it whether you want it to or not. And when it works, your body will pick up on that and it will keep doing it whether you want to or not. And it's hard to break out of second nature, because when I used to spar with people, before I started sparring with people who did Taekwondo, where they start doing round, round, round. Outside of that, when I started sparring with those people, I had to break some traditions of my body. But when they're doing that for Taekwondo, you can bat them away, or you can just take them in, because only one really is going to be the one that knocks you out, but only if you don't know how to absorb a hit. So when they start going round, femur, I'm a strong believer in punch somebody in the femur. I mean, a lot of people don't think that that's going to be an effective hit, but I'm going to tell you right now, this muscle, as big as it may be, has a tender spot. Why you think when a lot of people get kicked, they're always kicking on the inside or the outside? Because that dead center of your femur is very, very tender. No matter how thick muscles you are, unless you actually are a Thai fighter, where they beat you so that you can't feel pain, it's a very tender spot, and the teardrops in the knees, please God, don't ever make me have to get naked to show you guys what I'm talking about. There are little dimples in your knees. I call them the teardrops. So you have 4, you have 2 there, and you have them on both legs, so you have 8. You also have them in your elbow. Well, somewhere in there is a connection to your funny bone. So when someone's throwing a Taekwondo kick there, and you pop it, so you can block it with a forearm, or you can elbow it, boom. A lot of people don't understand the concept of where you can throw an elbow. All right? So I'm in this video now, and I'm going to tell, well, not for Instagram, but I'm going to, fuck it, I'll just keep going. The fact that you can use a knee and an elbow in any angle, in any place, is paramount that you know that. It is paramount that if someone is fighting you and they're doing Taekwondo, so they're going to turn, they're going to swing the hip, they're going to lock it, the knee, and then they're going to pop it out. So slow motion, it looks like this. All right? Fast motion, and then they pop it back. All right? So Taekwondo, as you see, everything always pops up and rechambers. Kung Fu, not so much. But also, let's say if you're going to do a Taekwondo kick this way, I'm going to do a Kung Fu kick to match that and keep going. All right? So, that was kind of slow, but basically the kick goes here and then there. And the reason why is I'm kicking your kick and then I'm kicking your instep. So I'm either going to kick your thigh or your groin, or I'm going to kick this part of the leg that's already extended. Now, for me personally, when we both throw the kick, I'm going to step and block your kick, and this foot is going to sweep your standing leg. I'm going to purposely drop my elbow into your crotch. Your automatic reflexes are going to kick in, and I'm going to strike you in the throat or the sternum. I'm going to hit you somewhere that's going to stop you from breathing long enough for me to recover. All right, that's right. That's long enough for me to recover. Not worried about your recovery, worried about my recovery. And that's the thing. Another thing that they don't really teach you when they're training you is this thing called recovery. Because if you ever been in a sparring match with a high-level student or whatever, and they nick you, but they nick you with just enough force to let you know, hey, that hurt, you know. And that's kind of how you probably should train. I don't really recommend force training, but it's probably kind of how you should train, just for the simple fact that you need to know what you can actually take. And sometimes people, they play rough. I don't like people who play rough, because then I have to play rough, and that's going to cause a clusterfuck. So we don't want to do that. But, you know, a lot of Taekwondo, when I was taking Taekwondo, we did pity pat drills. I'm old. Pity pat drills. All right, so we're doing kicks. You know, we're trying to see if we can do how many round kicks with just barely touching. So we're practicing control. Pity pat drills. Pat, pat, pat. You know, sometimes it was 3. It just depends on your partner. If your partner could do 3, you should probably be able to do 3. But it also depends on your body mechanics, because if your body mechanics only allow you 2, then your partner would probably do 3 anyway. So you just do what you can do and not worry about what the fuck your partner can do. So pity pat drills, 1, 2, down. 1, 2, 3, down. And then you're back up. Then you switch legs, because maybe your other leg can do more than your other leg. You know, the leg that you were first using. So boom, boom, boom. And then they'll do it and switch. Boom, boom, boom. And you'll keep doing it. It's pity pat drills. I don't know what you guys call it nowadays, but in the 80s and 90s, we called it pity pat drills. And then you would like work with hands. So if you're not doing Wing Chun, which is trapping hands, then you would just be tag, 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 switch your stance, tag, 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 you know. And then if you guys really wanted to play rough, tag, tag, elbow. Yes, there are elbows in Taekwondo. All right, I'm sure you probably didn't know that, but yes, there are elbows in Taekwondo. There are also knees in Taekwondo. All right, a lot of people don't really know that there are knees in Taekwondo. Thai fighting is more knee and elbow based, but in Taekwondo, there are knees and elbows depending on who's teaching you what. Same thing with Kempo. Same thing. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. There are knees and elbows in every martial art, because at some point in Crane, where you can go here and here, and then you spin around, there's an elbow, and the crane basically is spreading its wing again. So you're basically going this route, but you can use that elbow and a chop, you know. And same thing with karate, because you can give them a karate chop and an elbow, and you know, it's in damn near every martial art. It's just more emphasized in Thai fighting, you know. So depending on what you are being taught, the elbow is in damn near every martial art. Whether you've been taught how to use it is a whole other ballgame. Same thing with your knees. Your knees, you know, a lot of people love the jumping knee attack. Now, this jumping knee attack specifically is Thai fighting. But in some karate, ridge hand, knee, elbow. Okay? Now, that's kind of how I was taught it. Ridge hand, knee, elbow. Back fist. You know, you're already there. You might as well put the icing on the cake. Boom. You know, so it really depends on who's teaching you what. Now, we're going to go with some spinning back kicks now. All right? So spinning wheel kick, spinning hook kick, and a spinning back kick. All right. So spinning wheel kick, capoeira. Spinning hook kick, taekwondo. Spinning back kick, any martial art. All right? Now, the chances of you using them, 50-50. The chances of them connecting, 50-50. Now, jumping, spinning back kick. Van Damme's jumping, spinning back kick. Now, crescent kick. Inside to outside. Outside to inside. Alright? That's also a Thai fighter move. So, again, what you are taught and what you can utilize and what you can use, I'm going to tell you the truth. This, good luck. This, better chance at actually getting it pulled off. This, good work, good chance of getting it pulled off. This combo, boom, good luck. This combo, again I state good luck. Tornado kicks and things are great, and they look great on film. The problem is your opponent. So when you're thinking about that, think about your opponent, because you don't know what your opponent's skills are until they actually put them to use. That being said, this is the end. Thanks for watching. For Kung Fu Havoc number 2, BCMU, thanks for watching.